Hello everybody, it's Nell here. How you guys doing today? So in today's video, we're going to be getting a message from your shadow. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's just a message from your shadow side. You can look into it. It's like a whole psychological concept, as well as a spiritual one, but I haven't actually done the piles yet, so I don't know what's going to come up, but basically it's going to be something from your perhaps unconscious, subconscious. For some people, it could even bring up things to do with like trauma and stuff like that. So obviously if you're not ready to hear that, you don't want to hear that, then this might not be the video for you. But I'm sure you guys, if you're on this video, have heard of shadow work, and I believe it's super important to really look at these subconscious parts of yourself, your subconscious fears, traumas, things that might even be holding you back. Once again, I'm not quite sure exactly what's going to come up, but yeah, the whole shadow concept is really good to hear from and start to grow from. So that is my goal with this video today. So as you guys can see, there are 3 different piles. Pause the video if you have to. On pile 1, we do have this snowflake obsidian. On pile 2, we have normal black obsidian. I thought these were all the same color black until I put them all next to each other, and this one's so much darker, but I love it. So yeah, this is a tumbled black obsidian. On pile 3, we have numite, which is one of my favorites. I don't know what raw numite looks like. I actually really like raw crystals if you're new here. I love raw crystals, but this little numite was kind of pricey in and of itself, so I'm sure raw numite will be even pricier, but yeah, this is numite. Anyways, I'm rambling. The timestamps are down below. I will see you at your reading. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. See you there. Hello, pile 1. If you guys chose the snowflake obsidian, then this is your reading. So just in case you did skip the intro, this is a shadow reading, meaning that the shadow is subconscious things. This could a lot of times mean subconscious fears, doubts, insecurities, sometimes even trauma. So if you don't want to hear that, this might not be the reading for you. I think shadow work's super important. I think the more you ignore your shadow, the bigger it grows. But yeah, if you're not ready for that, then this definitely is not the reading for you. But anyways, keep in mind this is a general reading as well, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Always check with your own intuition, your own inner gut feeling, and say, is this really for me? Is this part of the message really for me? So let's get into the cards. As you see, I've already pre-pulled some cards. These 2 cards right here are going to kind of tell me what it is about, like what this message is about from your shadow. We'll get kind of a feel for it there, and then this is going to be the actual message from your shadow. We've pulled a couple tarot cards. On camera, I will pull some clarifiers, and I will also pull some oracle cards. These are shadow oracle cards, so I'm going to use these. And then I was really called to use these. This was not my first choice, but like, I'm just really feeling like using these in this reading, so we'll see how it goes. So anyways, let's get into what this shadow message is about for you guys in pile 1. Alright, so these 2 cards that we have are courage and intention. Interesting. So this could definitely be about you guys needing to make some type of move in some way, shape, or form. Leo, the lion, is what this reminds me of. The lion is about being seen. It's about making big steps, big moves. It's about doing things that might actually scare you. For some reason, for a lot of people in this pile, I feel like this does have to do with like work type stuff. It doesn't have to for everybody in this pile, but I am getting the feel that this might be like a work type thing. Taking the courage, taking a leap of faith in something that perhaps you've been too scared to do it. Let's see what the tarot cards say. So the first card we have is the 10 of Swords, Page of Wands, or sorry, Page of Swords in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I was getting like material, I said work, but like material things, like money, work, stuff like that. This could also be taking a leap of faith in love, though. And the 5 of Swords in reverse. Alright. So I know this is a shadow message in general, but I feel like for you guys specifically in this pile, this is definitely to do with past traumas with the 10 of Swords in reverse that you guys are really holding on to in some way, shape, or form. Like I said in the beginning, this could be for some people in regards to money wounds, financial wounds, in regards to work type wounds, career type wounds. Perhaps when you, when you were younger and you went to go do things that you really loved doing and you wanted to make it your career, you were shut down by parents, relatives, teachers, whoever it might have been, saying, you know, you'll never make money doing that, you're not good enough to do that, whatever. Like, that's what I'm getting out of this Ten of Swords right here. But like I said, it could also be about relationships too, any sort of love type thing. So that could be family members, friends, relationships. This Ten of Swords could have been somebody in the past who really did you dirty, who did you wrong. With Ten of Swords can definitely speak of somebody betraying you, stabbing you in the back, somebody that you thought you could depend on, that, you know, it didn't work out that way. They really let you down. Not only let you down, like, that's actually not the Ten of Swords. Like, it's more than let you down. Like, they really either fucked you over, screwed you over here, or they just really weren't there for you with the Ten of Swords. This could also be indicative of complete and utter burnout and exhaustion because of certain things in your life right here with the Ten of Swords. There's just really something that's pinning you down here. And I think for a lot of you guys, it does have to do with trauma and past experiences. I really do. For example, like, if this was a love type thing for you, then perhaps your ex cheated on you, and, you know, that was a huge betrayal to you, and that's why the Ten of Swords in here. And because of that, you haven't been able to open up to love, to open up to other people in general. Maybe not even romantic love, but just to other people in general. Perhaps you just don't trust people anymore. It's just, you can't get over what was done to you in the past. It doesn't have to be like an ex per se even. This could be like family trauma. This could be things growing up with your parents, perhaps things that your parents said or did to you, or maybe what they didn't do for you when you were a child, and that's really causing you a lot of pain and a lot of trauma that you're bringing into your adult life, into your world today. This could even be like a particularly painful experience, like even with the pandemic or something like that, just really feeling insecure, feeling afraid to do anything, afraid to step out on your own, afraid to, perhaps you got like laid off of the pandemic, perhaps things happened and it just like was a snowball effect where your finances just went to shit, everything just ended up going wrong, you know what I mean? Just something really traumatic happened to you that really put you in this this burnout energy, the Ten of Swords, this extremely stressed situation, this extremely stressful energy. This is like fight or flight energy with this Ten of Swords here. You're in survival mode. Whether or not you know it, your shadow is telling you you're in survival mode because of this specific incident, and you're gonna know what this is. If this is your pile, if this is your group, if nothing is coming to mind that you're like, yeah, that traumatized me, then this might not be your group. But there is a specific incident, if not maybe more than one, where somebody or something happened that was super traumatic to you, and that is what is holding you down, and that is what is being kept in your subconscious, being kept in your shadow, being kept in your maybe not in your conscious mind, but your body's still feeling it. Your unconscious actions and thoughts towards people it's still reflecting in those areas of your life, even if you don't realize it. This is what your shadow is telling you. I feel like you guys have become extremely cynical. Page of Swords, you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop because of this. You're always waiting for somebody to let you down. You're always waiting for bad news to come in, because why wouldn't it? You know what I mean? That's what you've been taught is going to happen. You're always kind of thinking, well, that's not going to happen to me. Like, I'm not that person. I'm not worth this much. I'm not X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank. Like, you're just always thinking very cynically, very pessimistically about things, about situations, about life, about yourself. If you don't realize you're doing this, once again, this is what the shadow is telling you. This is exactly what's happening here, and it's because of this Ten of Swords type energy. Whatever this was in the past, it's because of this over here. We're going to get some clarifiers. Obviously, it is a general reading. I hope I can kind of pinpoint exactly what it is for a lot of people and where this trauma came from. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of pessimistic energy, a lot of cynicism, a lot of just not believing in things, not believing in other people, not believing in yourself. And obviously, if some people show you that they're not trustworthy, or some situations are too good to be true, sometimes they are. Use your intuition, use your gut. People do scam people do let people down, people do lie, people do say things they're gonna do and then they don't follow through with it. You know what I mean? Not everything's black and white, but for the most part, this is letting me know that you guys are very extreme in this energy. And once again, this is what your shadow's trying to tell you. You whether you like it or not, or whether you realize it or not, this is taking up more of your everyday life, more of your everyday interactions, more of your everyday relationships, more of your everyday financial situations, your everyday career situations, where you do and don't go in your career. This is taking up more than you realize. This is being held, really stored in your subconscious, in your shadow, in your trauma center right here. Like I said, it's giving fight or flight mode. Now I am going to get on to the other messages because there is way more here, but I do have these chakra cards. I don't often use them, but I love chakras and the whole like chakra study and stuff like that, but I feel like for me personally, it's kind of like, how do you, if someone says like your sacral chakra needs more work, like in a reading, and then they don't follow through with like what the heck that actually means, like what do I do with that information? So yeah, I love chakras. I love all of those sort of like more spiritual aspects of things, but I don't always dive into them myself on this channel because I've been on the receiving end of that, where I'm just like, okay, but what do I do about that in practical life? You know what I mean? But I do feel like, because these do have messages on them, I do feel like we could get something here with this Ten of Swords and just see what it says. Oh, I'll read that to you in a second. It's so funny because this is a shadow reading, but I'm gravitating towards bright cards for you guys. Not just you guys, but all the piles. Like, I was gravitating towards these bright cards too, even though they're not really meant for this type of reading. I just felt like we need some brightness in this reading. So, yeah, here we are. Alright, so let's clarify this with one more card. Okay. I said sacral chakra and it came out. That's crazy. Look at that. I knew it was fight or flight. Root chakra, physical body. And it says, I celebrate my physical body and recognize it as the wondrous vessel through which I see, feel, hear, touch, smell, and taste. I connect fully with my physical essence on this earthly plane. I breathe life force into my body and nourish it with good food. I love and accept my body. I exist. But this is also, the root chakra is also literally the fight or flight, is the base fundamental of like us being mammals, whatever we are. I don't know what we are. Us being, you know, physical beings, right? Think of an actual animal and how they function, you know, how they survive in the world. This is root chakra type stuff. It's like us at our very, very base. And that's what the Ten of Swords is saying, is that you're literally in fight or flight with the survival mode right here. And also this might be some of this Ten of Swords energy might be coming from things that you are or aren't doing with your physical body as well, that is causing you a lot of burnout and stress. I don't know if you guys are stressed out because of this could even be talking about physical illnesses for some of you guys, but for others it could just be you know, what you're eating. Perhaps you can't afford certain type of food. Perhaps you just, you know, you don't have time to cook certain type of food, so you're always eating this processed food and stuff like that. Perhaps it's not any of those. Perhaps you just have a lot of trauma and anxiety when it comes to your physical body or your emotional, mental state or something like that. I don't know what it is about, but yeah, this is just saying that there's something in your root chakra and your actual like survival, in the actual physical embodiment of you, that is causing you a lot of trauma here. Let's see what the other cards say. Yeah, and then we also have sensuality, okay, self-worth, and these are both the sacral chakra. That's so crazy. I was just using sacral chakra as an example and it came out. Oh my god. It's not a coincidence that I said that. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is the one that I think you guys need to focus on the most because it was the first one that came out. I was only looking for one more, and like we had three, but it's fine. It says throat chakra, and it's funny because I was saying for some people this might have been trauma from when you were children growing up, and I keep saying trauma. I think a lot of people think of trauma as like, you know, something, how do I put this, like something that you're just like, yeah, that was blatantly wrong, like abuse, I guess you could say. And of course that is trauma, but there are other types of traumas that people can carry out with them that perhaps doesn't have to correlate with that. Like you could have had a overall pretty good family life, or overall pretty good family situation, but you know, there are certain aspects that your mother and father taught you growing up that have been causing you a lot of burnout and stress and some certain type of trauma, if you will, in your shadow and in your physical body right here, that they necessarily didn't do out of like hatred or anything like that, but you're still holding it with you. For an example of this is like a lot of people carry money wounds and financial trauma from their parents, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So this is just an example of something that wasn't necessarily like you guys being in a really horrific situation per se, although it could be for some people in this pile with the Ten of Swords, but for others, it could just be like certain aspects, the way you think about money, or the way you think about like what you should be doing with your life, or the way you think about relationships, even perhaps like your parents never even really talked to you about relationships with other people, but you saw through their relationships and what they did and what they didn't do. Perhaps they got divorced, I don't know, and that just caused you a lot of trauma as a child, and growing up you've kept it into your physical life, and it's bled through into your physical surroundings, into your physical relationships, and like I said, you might not even realize how much this is really affecting you. So this says, this is the throat chakra, by the way, so any sort of communication and expression. So definitely, you know, if you feel like you can't say certain things, that could definitely be part of it. But expression is many sorts of ways. So this could be how you express yourself in the sense of, you know, artistic stuff, express yourself in the way you dress, the way you do your hair, your makeup, like any sort of expression, really. What you post online, what you feel like you can and can't post online, things like that. It says, we are all children of conditioning. Let go of the oughts, shoulds, and judgments that inhibit you. Speak wisely, speak gently, speak concisely, but find your truth and express yourself. What you have to say is important. You are an expression of the divine. Yeah. And then I won't read these because I don't want this to be like a million hours long, but you can pause it if you want. I'll just put it right here, but just say self-worth and sensuality. And of course, sensuality, this could actually mean, you know, what you think of as sensuality when you say pleasure and sensual things. It could mean things in regards to sex, and I don't know if you guys do have traumas in regards to that, but this could be talking about it with this Ten of Swords here. But sensuality is any sort of pleasure, so things that you really enjoy doing in life, right? And self-worth, along with the expression here, you guys you feel like you aren't enough in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like you're in fight or flight mode for sure. And once again, I do feel a lot of cynicism and pessimism here. And this is what this message is trying to say to you today. This is what your shadow is trying to bring up. Really feel like you guys are looking at life and what you can and can't achieve in life, and like relationships and stuff like that through a lens of I can't, and through a lens of fear. And I know, believe me, I know it's easier said than done. I've been there. But this is really just telling you that you need to have some courage and put your intention behind it, you know? Don't just say you're going to do something. Put some actions behind whatever it is that you want to change in life, you know? But anyways, the other part of this message before I get into some clarifiers is that the Five of Swords in reverse is to let it go. To somehow come to a reconciliation, to find peace with something. And once again, I know that's easier said than done. For every person, it's going to look different. I can't hold your hand of where to go with this. This is just what the message is saying. To let it go. For some people, this could mean forgiveness, especially if there's been petty drama, petty battles. Listen, it seems like you were definitely wronged here in some way, shape, or form, okay? It's not right? But at the end of the day, this message is saying that you holding on to this is only hurting yourself. I'm not reading for the other person or the other party, so I don't know how it's affecting them. Forgiveness does not mean what they did to you is right. It does not mean that at all. It means that what are you going to do about it now? You know what I mean? And as like harsh as that may seem, you need to face what you need to face. You know what I mean? So if that means finally coming to terms with it with them, then, you know, maybe some people in this pile are in a predicament or a circumstance where they can do that. If that means getting a professional to help you out in some way, shape, or form, whether it be like a licensed therapist, or if, I don't know, if it's like a monetary thing, hiring somebody to help you out in like legal fees, legal matters, just coming to some sort of reconciliation, coming to some sort of agreement, either with this person, with this situation. If you can't do that, this is just saying within yourself. And when I say let it go, I know that sounds horrible because I don't know what happened, and I'm aware that this could be something that was really, really messed up for some people. But once again, I'm not saying let it go as like it didn't matter, or let it go as I'm trying to phrase this really carefully. I'm not saying let it go as like, you know, just come to terms with it and let them off the hook. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it serves no purpose being in your physical body, being in this state of holding you down, burning you out, and affecting your relationships, your money, your career, whatever it may be, maybe all of the above. It serves serves no purpose to you. If you don't find a way to reconcile with this and to come to terms and peace with this in some way, shape, or form, then it is only going to keep impacting you more in your future, and it's only going to keep you down. It's only going to keep you in this fight or flight mode. It's only going to keep you in this place of disempowerment, and you deserve better. If this was somebody else who did something to you, then they're still winning, if you will. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a crazy sense, but are you going to let somebody who is doing shitty things to people keep you in this bad place, or are you going to say, fuck them, I'm not going to let somebody with half my talent show me where I can and can't be in this world, right? You were here, you were put here by a overall source, overall power, whether you believe that's God, source, universe, I don't know, but you have a divine right to be here. You have a divine right to take up space. You have a divine right to succeed. And once again, this is going to be a struggle. It's going to be a battle. It might be easier said than done for some people. But being in this state of fear, fight or flight, of barely getting by, of survival, is not what you were put here to do. You know what I mean? And this isn't like a speech about, you know, manifest your way out of stuff. Like, I don't know. No, you need to do some hard, gritty work. And once again, this might involve like a therapist. This might involve, actually, if you can sit down and talk to some of these people who are causing you traumas and just work through it. It might involve some shadow work on your own, perhaps, if that's what you feel like doing. I'm not sure. I can't hold your hand on that part. And once again, I'm not saying this from a place of somebody who hasn't done it. I experienced a lot of trauma myself growing up. And I don't say this as a place of letting it go as letting this other person be held unaccountable or anything like that, especially if something really bad happened in the past that's holding you down. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that the message here is that it is only continuing to hold you down further and only continuing to keep you in a place of lack, of without, and a place of needs, and a place of feeling like you're not getting enough. You're not going to be as happy as you could be. You're not going to be as successful as you could be. You're not going to find some great people. You know what I mean? If you keep holding on to this energy, onto this pessimism, onto this cynicism, you're not going to be able to be who you are meant to be. You're not going to be able to create what you were meant to create. You're not going to be able to chase what you were meant to chase in this world if you keep holding on to this negative energy. And honestly, I think at some point you just have to believe that what goes around will come around, and you don't have to be the hand of karma. You don't have to be the hand of somebody who deals it to somebody. Once again, if you can come to some sort of resolution, if this does involve another person, like perhaps your parents or something like that, then I definitely think it's worth the try. But I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not anything like that. You definitely need to figure this out on your own. But this is what the message is saying, because after you come to some sort of reconciliation, agreement, or some sort of just being able to offload this burden from your emotional body, from your shadow body, from your emotional state, from your subconscious, there will be what you need coming in. Five of Pentacles in reverse. You will be able to get what it is that you seek with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, so I'm going to... Let's just get a couple. This is already longer than I thought it was going to be. Let's get a couple for the Ten of Swords. I just really want an Ace of Swords. This could be regrets. Yeah, death is change. Nine of Swords, just a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. We do have the Seven Swords at the back of the deck. This could be people, like I said, lying, cheating to you, stealing from you even, perhaps. Maybe that's what really put you down. And it's caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, restlessness, anger, anxiousness, things like that. And it's really just holding you down. This is definitely somebody else, I think, who really affected you in a negative way. The Ace of Swords could have been something that you even regretted doing. Perhaps words that were said, you said, or somebody else said, that were very vicious and volatile, nasty, you know. This could have been some sort of failure some of you guys faced with the Ace of Swords in reverse. And perhaps that's why you're in this Ten of Swords energy. This energy of lack, of without. You just need to cut your losses in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, for different people, it's going to be different. But especially if it's like a business type sense or a monetary type sense. I know, believe me, I get it. It's hard right now, especially with money and stuff like that. But this is all about cutting your losses. Just recognize that holding on to this burden is only going to affect you in the future. You can't change the past, but you can change what you have done or what you will do in the future, right? What happened, happened. Now what are you going to do about it? And I know that might sound blunt, but this is the only thing that you have the power to change. Are you going to let what happened to you be in vain? Or are you going to take it as a stepping stone and say, this happened to me, it was hard, I had to stand up and deal with this, but in order to improve my quality of life, my family, my kids, my whatever quality of life, to get what I deserve, what I was put here for, I need to step up past this and let it be worth something, even though what I went through was hard. All right, I'm going to... And just realize that there's nothing you can do, too, with the death card here. What's dead is dead. What's dead is dead. It cannot come back to life, right? It will never be the same as it used to be. So once again, there's a lot of reconciliation here, a lot of forgiveness too for maybe perhaps yourself, for other people. A lot of just really seeing the truths of what they are. You might not like the truth, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of cutting your losses, like I said, and just saying that didn't work out, but what can I make out of this situation? What can I learn from this situation? Nothing is wasted. Everything is valuable. You know what I mean? So yeah, once again, I'm not a therapist. Like, you need to figure it out on your own, but I'm just giving you the message that it's saying. Let's just see what's coming in if you're able to do this with the Five of Pentacles. Let's see what's coming in. And then we'll get your oracle cards, because like I said, this is longer than I thought. Chariot. Look at this. Are you serious? Okay, so first of all, the Tower, a little scary. So this might really shake your foundation and your core, but I think it already has. This is the thing that, okay, so this is the thing. It might feel like things are a certain way now and you might be used to it, but at the end of the day, your shadow's saying that you are in this lack, you know what I mean? You are burnt out, you are super stressed, you are in this fight or flight here, you just can't hold this burden anymore, right? So once you start to do this, things might come crumbling down, and that doesn't mean like in a bad way necessarily, because I think what you have built right now, although it might seem secure and safe on the outside, what you have built is not good for you with the Ten of Swords. Like, what's dead is dead, like I said. It needs to crumble down so that it can rebuild again, right? The star is after the Tower, which is rebuilding and healing and hopes and dreams coming true, right? And this is what needs to come down. But look what this. Look at this. Out of the ashes, you're going to have such beautiful new beginnings. We have the Chariot and the Fool. This is positive movement forward, a whole new start, a whole new journey. I think this is totally really beautiful for you guys. I think it's going to be a transformation. I think it's going to take time. I don't think you should force anything. I think you really need to take time and work whatever it is out, whether that be like financially, monetarily, materially. Like, don't do anything stupid. You know what I mean? Cutting your losses doesn't mean being stupid, especially if you have people you have to take care of and stuff like that, but it does mean really actually starting to do the dirty work and working through it. Like for me, everybody, you know, a lot of people do shadow work, but I think I did a majority of my shadow work on a certain thing that I had happened to me when I was younger, and I worked through it over the course of like 3 years. You know what I mean? It's not saying that you have to do it all at once, and even then, like, you still work through it after that, right? And I've come to some sort of relative peace with it, even though it is something that is very not something that a lot of people probably wouldn't have been able to find peace with, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, let's get into the oracle cards before I ramble for like 40 more minutes. All right, so we'll do this one first, and then we'll do the other one. So can we please get a message from Pile One's shadow? All right, so we have Triumph of Lies in the back of the deck. Yeah, I think that somebody really schemed or planned against you, plotted against you. That sounds so intense, but cheated, lied to you, even stole from you. There's just some bad people around you, and I think this already happened, so don't be scared. Like, I think it already happened a while ago. Fated to suffer. Yeah, this is that cynicism. This is you thinking, I'm just, why me? Everything always bad happens to me. And I don't mean that in like to be mean when I say that, but this is the cynicism and the pessimism that I was picking up on before. And you think that you're just doomed to these horrible realities. You think you're doomed to these horrible fates. You think that this life that you're living in right now is all that it has to offer. And I'm not trying to sit here and be positive, like toxic positive. What's the word? I'm not trying to sit here and be toxically positive, right? Like, I hate toxic positivity. I'm not saying it's not going to require a lot of hard work. I'm not saying it's going to require maybe going places that you didn't want to go, but you aren't fated to suffer. You aren't fated to be in this cold, cruel life. You aren't fated to be in this burnout. You aren't fated to be in this place of just being let down and never having any joy or anything like that. This is not what life is meant for you. This is not what's being given to you, right? The Five of Pentacles in reverse is saying that as soon as you can work through some things, cut some out, cut some baggage off, maybe cut some people off with the Five of Swords in reverse, your whole mindset's going to change. You're going to see how beautiful life is, and you're not fated to suffer. So let's get one more message from these right here and see what we have. Message from Pile One's shadow. Ooh, that came out fast. Look at that. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. I think some of you guys need like a break, a vacation. I know you say vacation, a lot of people are probably like, I can't afford it. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that. Like me personally, like, I'll be honest with you, I'm broke right now. And this is what I'm getting from you guys is like, if I were you in this energy, I'd be like, oh, I'm poor. Or, oh, I'm never going to make anything of myself. Oh, I don't have money for this and that. It's all true. You know what I mean? Not that part of I'm not ever going to make anything for myself, but the actual financial part of it is true. I am broke, you know what I mean? But I'm making something work with what I have, right? And it's only at the beginning stages, and that's fine. You got to work with where you're at the moment, right? I have come so far in the last couple of years even than where I was, and I'm not nearly where I want to be, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I believe I'm going to get there because you know why? I believe in myself and I'm not going to stop until I get there. And that's the difference that we're trying to get here for you guys in this pile is that it's the mindset. You begin with the mindset. Yes, finances are real. Yes, all these other things are real. Whatever this is completely real. You really need to work through that in whatever way that you can work through that. But at the end of the day, I do think there's things that you could do that could help, and this is one of them. So taking time in nature. If you can't actually take a vacation, go for a walk. Just sit outside. I know it sounds so cliche and boring, but you'd be surprised how much it will clear your mind and clear your energy if you do these type of things. Getting really drawn to the waterfall here. If you can take like a bath or something, or just do something that calms you. It doesn't necessarily have to even be in nature, although if you could be away from like electronics and especially away from other people with this group, because I feel like there's like other people really burning you and bringing you down here. But yeah, if you can just do something that really relaxes you in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to cost money. It could be free. This is what it's saying. Just slow down, take time in nature, really enjoy the pulse of life, of being alive. Maybe do like a gratitude list, what you're grateful for, things like that, and really just see. Once again, I know if you're going through a really traumatic time, writing down a list of like, I'm grateful for food, I'm grateful for water might sound cliche and you might not want to do it, but at the end of the day, it takes going through those little things to realize like what you do have. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that saying, like, you never really realize what you have until you lose it. It's kind of you guys realizing that before it's gone. Not that I'm saying it's going to be gone, but just really realizing that, like, what would my life look like if I didn't have this? Even if it's the smallest thing, even if it's like internet connection, right? It's like, what would my life look like if I didn't have this? And it's just like really appreciating that and taking the time to slow down and just being like, okay, what do I have? What can I do? I made like a Venn diagram. It sounds so stupid, but it's all about mindset. Making a board of what you want to achieve, you know what I mean? Really setting goals, setting plans, realistic. There's so much free information out there. If you can't spend money, spend time doing stuff. Like, I really believe that you guys can achieve more in this pile. I really believe that you guys can accomplish more in this pile, whether it be in financial or career or with relationships. Like, you guys are worth whatever it is that you're chasing. What you want wants you. What you seek seeks you. You just have to believe you're worthy of it, and you do have to work through this baggage, because holding on to this isn't going to really help you. And once again, it takes time. Don't do it all at once. If you have other things you need to take care of, obviously you can't spend all your time going into this, right? It's not going to help anyone if you just break down, but do it when you can. Make time for you. If you can't even take 15 minutes out of your day, then you might want to, I don't know, something has to give. You need to put priority on yourself, because you don't help anyone if you aren't helping yourself first. So anyways, that was a little longer than I thought it would be. I hope that this didn't come off like toxic positivity or anything, because that is not my goal at all. I just wanted to really get the point across, get the message across, and also say that anything I'm telling you is something I've experienced myself and been through myself. So yeah, I'm not saying any of this as somebody who hasn't done any of that either. So I hope this helped you guys in pile 1. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Hello pile 2. If you guys chose this black obsidian, then this is your reading. I did say in the intro, but I know some people skip it, that this is a shadow reading. So that means it's going to address things of your subconscious. It's probably going to address things that you don't want to hear. It's probably going to address things that might even be a little bit traumatic for some people. So yeah, if you're not ready for that, this is not the video for you. Also, as I always say, this is a general reading, so obviously keep that in mind. Don't make something work or try to fit for you, that doesn't fit for you, right? Really use your own gut, your own intuition, and say, you know, is this resonating with me? You're gonna know if this resonates with you or not. You know what I mean? This isn't like a future thing. This is a message from your shadow, which is something that you've been carrying, or something that you've been through, or something that you've already had like a fear or doubt about. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I've already pre-pulled some cards. So we have these two cards right here. These are just gonna give me a little bit of a clarifier about like what this message is about. So we'll look at those first, and then after that, we are gonna look at the tarot cards, and this is the actual message from your shadow. We're going to find out with these. And then I will pull some clarifiers, and I also will pull a couple of these cards. So these are actual shadow cards right here, so we'll see what these say. And then I was just really drawn to these cards. These cards are not one of the ones that I would normally choose for like a shadow reading, but I don't know, maybe it's the color. I just really felt drawn to these, so we'll see what it says. Anyways, let's get into what this reading is about. So we have patience in reverse with the crocodile, and we also have disguise. Okay, so you guys are hiding in some way, shape, or form is what I'm getting with the disguise and the patience in reverse. I think that there's a lot of indecision here. I think that there's a lot of biding your time. Not that that's always a bad thing, but I feel like you're almost not acting on anything. Like, it's almost like you're just here. Like, in some way, shape, or form, there's something about you that you're like going through the motions, but it's not truly you, who you are at your core. Maybe you thought you would do something or said you were going to do something that you really wanted to do with patience in reverse, but you can't get out of this indecisiveness. You can't get out of this waiting. You can't get out of this thinking type of thing. It always reminds me, I mean, I'm on YouTube, so I like to go to the YouTube examples, but put whatever you have going on in this example if it fits. But it always reminds me of people who say they're going to start a YouTube channel or start, you know, posting on social media like in the way of an actual creator would. And they're always saying they're going to do it, and maybe they're even doing research on it, which is good. It's always good to do that and plan things out in advance. It really is. But then they like never start, or they start and then they hate their first video, they hate their second video, and then they're like nitpicking their videos, and like it's not really productive work, right? They're kind of in the freeze. They're just freezing, right? They're not actually getting it done, and it's like years go by, and I'm guilty of this. I actually spent like 3 years saying I was going to do a YouTube channel before I actually did it, because there's just like a fear there, you know what I mean? And I really wanted to do it, but I felt like I would stand out too much. I was disguising myself, disguising who I was, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, my true nature, my true even my true personality, because I felt like I needed to kind of fit in more. I didn't want to get made fun of. I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb, you know what I mean? With these other people around me, I would have. And then coming to realize, like, okay, well, would I trade my life with these other people? Would I want to live the life they're living? And there's nothing against the life that they're living right now, but the answer was no, that is not what I want for myself. So I finally took the action to go where I wanted to go. And of course, it's been a journey or whatever, but yeah, it's just really facing my fears and getting out of this indecisive moment. And I feel like that's what you guys have to do here. There's something about you guys with the chameleon, like you're blending in, but you might be blending in too much. You really haven't taken any action on something in life, or maybe like at all in life. You might have just kind of been plain Jane. And I mean, if that's what you want to be, then that's fine. But this reading is already telling me that that's not what you want to be. You're just doing it out of a fear, a doubt, and insecurity. So let's see what the actual message is. We have the, what the heck is this? Page of Swords in reverse. Here, I'll show you upright. So that's the Page of Swords in reverse. We have the, oh my god, these are bigger than normal tarot cards. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, playing it safe. We have the Page of Wands. Oh no, this is the Ace of Wands. I'm sorry. It's hard to tell with these, but it's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you have ideas. You have passions you want to pursue. And it doesn't have to be even like a traditional passion or creative idea or anything like that. This could be anything you're passionate about. This could even be about a person. You know what I mean? Like another person. The Queen of Wands. I too am a Queen of Wands. I feel you guys. Okay, yeah, you're literally stifling yourself for no reason. I shouldn't say for no reason, because like I said, I've been there. I understand the fears, the doubts, the insecurities when it comes to starting your own business or whatever this is about. I understand taking the next step and getting out of your comfort zone, especially if other people around you are all kind of doing like the plain Jane boring thing. And I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but this reading's telling me that like you guys are stifling yourself to the extent where you don't want to be. You know what I mean? With all this fire energy, like I can't with you guys. You guys are not meant to be the people who are just the average everyday person. And once again, I don't mean that to be mean. Some people are really happy doing the traditional 9 to 5. Some people are really happy with the traditional like white picket fence, family, whatever the heck it is. You know what I mean? Just think of like anything that society is like, oh, this is what you should be. You know what I mean? Some people are actually happy doing that, and that's great for them. Love that for them. Since this is a shadow reading, I can tell you guys aren't happy doing it, and you might be doing it, but you're not happy doing it. And that doesn't mean you have to trash everything you've already created. That doesn't mean you have to start from scratch. It just means that you guys have passions, you guys have insights, you guys have this fire energy. There's 3 fire cards right here. I don't know if you guys are a fire sign or have heavy fire in your chart, but there's a lot of just energetic, passionate energy right here, inspired energy. There's a lot of determination and courageous energy here. You can't just stifle all this fire. You just can't do it, because if you let this fire, if you keep trying to bank this fire over and over and over again, it's not going to go out. This feels like it's just like a part of you guys. It's a part of your nature. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of who you're meant to be. If you keep trying to just bank it or keep trying to put it to the side, eventually it's just going to end up burning everything up, you know what I mean, in a bad way. If you continue the way that you're going, either with your relationships, with your career, with your finances, I'm not sure. But if you keep going the way that you're going, living this life that isn't really you, living this life that looks good on paper, that you were told you ought to do or you should do, but it isn't something that you're actually truly passionate about, at the end of the day, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to hate it all, and you're just going to burn it all to the ground. And I don't mean that in like a physical sense, but you're going to literally just wake up and be like, I hate all this. I regret doing all this. I regret not taking action on this when I could have. I regret not doing this sooner. I regret not following what I wanted to do. And once again, that doesn't mean you have to like completely start over, move to a whole new place, like leave all your friends and family behind. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying there's something here that you guys are really passionate about. There's something here that you really want to do. There's something here that you're really inspired about with this Ace of Wands right here, and you're stifling yourself, you're hiding yourself, you're afraid to do it for some reason. This is what's in your shadow here. I don't know if this is like a self-worth issue, if people told you that you weren't good enough to do this, if this was an issue of maybe even trying things in the past and they didn't work out, and you're kind of like, well, okay, I don't want to fail again, especially if it's like a public failure online or something like that. I think you guys are afraid that you're rushing into something, or you're afraid to rush into something, but this is telling me that you've given more than enough thought and time and energy. I wouldn't really give this sort of reading to everybody here, so obviously use your own intuition and see if this is really resonating. But this patient card with the crocodile here, the crocodile, you think of a crocodile, right? They wait under the water very patiently. They're like still as a log until they finally find a prey, find something that they want to eat, and they go in the instant, right? If they just waited forever, they would never eat, right? They just would never eat. But it's also saying that they're not chasing every which way, every which thing. They're biding their time until they find the perfect opportunity to get what they want, which in their case was obviously something to eat. But in your case, I mean, maybe it's something to eat too, but in your case, you've already bided your time to the point of indecision, to the point of stalling, to the point of freezing, to the point of stagnancy. I really feel like your shadow is telling you, if you don't start to at least look into and take action on what you desire, what your passions are, and what you want to do with this Ace of Wands right here, then you're going to start to really regret it, and it's going to just build up. I read a quote once in a tarot book that said the same fire that warms is the same fire that burns, and it's going to start burning instead of warming. What is fire traditionally in reverse? It's hate, it's anger, it's just think of like anything destructive in like a very, I keep saying fire, and I know that sounds very wishy-washy, but anything destructive in a very, a passionate destruction way. So like hate, believe it or not, it's like love and hate are the same coin. That's exactly what it is. It's going to be. Everything that you're working on and things that you're doing or things in your life, you're really going to start to regret it if you don't start to encompass some of this stuff for you. If not even regret, it might even go further into really hating your life, hating the people around you, hating your job, to the point of just like utter disgust and unfulfillment. And it could be extreme if you keep ignoring this, is what I'm getting out of this. Yeah, you're just living your life playing it safe, and you guys are not the type of people who can be happy doing that. I'm just telling you it as it is. You're not the type of people who can be happy doing that. I think there's just a lot of unconscious fears, doubts here, but you guys being the Queen of Wands, I too am the Queen of Wands. And listen, you might look at me, look at my page, be like, oh, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck, and that's the whole point of the Queen of Wands. I don't give a fuck, right? And that's what this is saying to you, you know what I mean? You don't have to be mean about it or anything like that, but look at what it says. It says brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. I mean, don't be controlling, but be controlling to a point, especially if you have like a business or something, be controlling to the point of being able to fulfill what you need to fulfill. But there is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life. Like, this is literally you guys in your energy, even if you aren't a fire sign, even if you aren't a woman, this is what it's saying. This is who you are. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's super charismatic, somebody people are drawn to. They want to either be her, they want to be her friend, they want to buy from her products, they want to just be in her energy because she just radiates such regal, welcoming, warm energy. She's the socialite, she's the entrepreneur, she's the Instagram person, she's the person on YouTube, the person on TikTok, you know what I mean? Even if that's not what you want to do, it's just saying that this is somebody who other people gravitate towards. This is somebody who's super creative. Like it says right here, talented, independent. This is not somebody who could be kept down. If she is, she will not ever be happy. I'm just letting you know. She will not ever be happy. It literally goes against her nature. It literally goes against her nature. And I'm not saying you have to be super extreme about this. Don't do anything you're not actually comfortable with. But I think that you guys are stifling yourself to the point of detriment is what I'm trying to get here. It's the message I'm getting here, actually. It's just like there's a lot of cynicism here with the Page of Wands or the Page of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of maybe even self-deprecation. Maybe other people are even like talking shit about you or saying bad things about you, what you want to do or whatever, like gossiping with the Page of Swords in reverse. But that's the thing, is that people are going to talk whether you're doing bad or good, right? Listen to that Rihanna quote. It's not saying that you shouldn't take constructive criticism. I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. It's not saying that you shouldn't take constructive criticism, but it's saying that you have to really think, like, where does this criticism come from? Are they just being haters? Because believe me, especially if you're doing internet stuff with the Queen of Wands, like, some people are just fucking haters, right? So this is the thing. You got to learn, like, where do I take the criticism, the critique as constructive? This is actually coming from maybe a good place and they're just really trying to help me out, help me kind of get to a different place, make my thing better, whatever it is. And where is this coming from? A point that it's just their own self-limiting beliefs, their own feelings about themselves subconsciously, their own shadow side, who's talking this shit, who's gossiping, who's, you know, being this kind of deprecating individual. If this isn't other people specifically, if this is you, well, where is that coming from? Where'd you learn it from? Nobody pops out of the womb thinking that, you know, their only goal in life is to do X, Y, and Z. Like, no, that's all learned. That's all taught. So where is this really coming from? And then you have to sit there and think, okay, well, what does really align with me and what doesn't? Like, you, I'm assuming, are an adult if you're watching this video. What aligns with you now? This is what you really have to figure out. Because you guys have played it safe way too long. Way too long. And the reason this is coming up for the shadow side is the shadow reading is because you guys have a great idea. You guys have something here that you haven't taken advantage of. And for some people, this might even be a person, a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, although the Ace of Wands is usually, you know, romantic relationship for me. But it doesn't have to be. This is just like, look at it. It says an amazing opportunity. Be bold, be courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. This is literally coming up for you. Because whatever it is that you've been thinking of, whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, whoever it is that you've been thinking of going towards is meant for you in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to guarantee success. I'm not going to guarantee a long, healthy relationship or whatever it is. But what this is saying is that there is something there. There is potential with the Ace of Wands. And from potential, from the Ace, anything is possible. Yes, you are going to have to, you know, follow through and learn. And there will be lessons. There'll be good times and bad times with whatever this is. But if you guys just stay stagnant, if you stay stuck, if you keep playing it safe, your shadow is telling me you're going to be, I don't say miserable because that sounds dramatic, but you won't ever be completely fulfilled or happy. Believe me. Like I said, I understand this energy. I am the Queen of Wands. I was that person who was like, oh, I'm supposed to do this and this and this. And I was never happy. Never happy. Job hop, think it was just the job. I moved a lot. It was the place that I was living in. And eventually I was like, no, it's because fuck all this. This isn't who I am. This isn't who I want to be. This isn't the life I want to live. Why the fuck am I doing this? No. Am I gonna get demonetized for swearing? Probably. Yeah. And that's the other thing about the Queen of Wands, is that if for this to come out as your energy, I know you have it in you. I know you have it in you to just kind of say like, fuck them, fuck what they think. But I just think that there's things here that are keeping you small. Maybe other people who are trying to keep you small. Whether or not it is from what they say, what they do, or from their judgments of other people who do something that you want to do, I don't know. But once again, would you, if this is about other people kind of judging you, would you trade your life with them? Do you want to be where they're at? Because at the end of the day, the only thing guaranteed in life is change and death. So when you're finally in your resting place, will you be happy with what you've done so far and where you're going? And you really have to sit and ask yourself that, because you're only given this gift once of life, and you really have to ask yourself, is this what I want to do? And once again, you don't have to be extreme about it. It doesn't have to happen all at once, but there's an idea here. There's something you want to chase. Somebody you want to chase. Something here with the Ace of Wands. And it's time to make a move. You guys have been stagnating way too long. It's time to make that move. I should be a motivational speaker. I'm just kidding. I'm a Pisces Mercury, so I'm like... either I'm rambling or I'm stuttering half the time. I'm trying to get better. Alright, anyways, let's get a couple clarifiers. I think these are pretty self-explanatory, so I just want to see what this opportunity is. I mean, it is a general reading, so obviously I'm not going to be able to get to, like, exact for everybody, but... let's see what this Ace of Wands is, shall we? Because you can't stifle this fire energy forever. Okay, so first of all, we have the King and the Queen of Cups. So if this is about a person that you've been thinking of going towards in some way, shape, or form, I don't know if it's like, it could be in any way, shape, or form, right? This is a pair, though. So if this is like a romantic interest for you, this is just confirmation. Like, there is something there. Once again, where this goes is up to you and this person. I can't guarantee anything, but you have potential. And with potential, anything's possible, right? So, yeah, if you're thinking about that, it's 100% confirmation here, and go for it. It doesn't even have to be like a romantic pair either. This could be like sometimes in business and stuff like that, these will pop up together, just saying that it's like a perfect business partnership. You know what I mean? Just a perfect pair. It's a perfect person for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic person, but yeah, just letting you know that there is some perfect like two puzzle pieces coming together. There is a lot of potential and you guys will fit together, but you gotta kind of take the first steps, you know? Alright, let's see what else we have. What? I'm done with you guys. I'm done with you. You got the Two of Cups in the world. Nobody can force you to do this. This is weird this is coming out for your shadow reading, which tells me there's a lot of doubts, insecurities, traumas. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in your subconscious holding you back. You need to address it. You need to address where this fear comes from, because this is like beautiful right here. Yeah. This cycle that you're living in, this monotony, I'm getting monotony here. Because I kept wanting to say this was the Page of Wands in reverse, and it's not. It's the Page of Swords in reverse, but I was getting the vibe and the feel of the Page of Wands in reverse, which is like monotony, boredom. It's like feeling like you're, I don't know, existing. It's like you're only alive on the outside type of feeling, and like you don't want to live it like that. The old cycle will be over once you go towards this opportunity. Once again, it's only the beginning. What comes next is up to you. But if you don't ever go towards it, you'll never know, right? And that's saying that the old cycle is going to be over forever. You're going to either succeed with something with this or learn something very valuable from this, which is going to take you to the next level. There is some sort of partnership here for you guys, and you need to go towards it. Once again, it doesn't have to be romantic, although it could be for some people, but just some sort of opportunity, and I think it does involve another person that you guys need to pursue 100%, because the world is the old cycle ending, but the next one is the Fool, right, which is the new cycle beginning. That means there's a really beautiful new cycle on the other side of this. But you need to conquer your fears and your doubts, your insecurities, your self-worth issues before you can go into this new cycle, because if you just drag that old baggage into the new cycle, you'll have the same problems. Like, you really need to start to work on it. And once again, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, nobody's gonna be perfect overnight, but you do need to start to work on it, is what I'm getting here. What's gonna happen after with this new cycle beginning? So we have, look at that, 10 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Swords, interesting. So there might be, let's get a little bit more. So there's a lot of all or nothing energy here. Like, we do have the 5 of Swords, which could be I mean, sometimes it is pettiness, but it's combined with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. I don't think that you guys, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune on the back of the deck too, I don't think that this is going to be anything too crazy for you guys, but I do think there will be some sort of, I don't want to say fight with the Five of Swords, but I do think that you will have to stand up for yourself and really pick your battles and stuff like that with the Five of Swords for sure with this new cycle. But once again, we do have the Wheel of Fortune on the back of the deck. I do think there is really beautiful opportunities and a lot of abundance and good fortune coming your way if you go towards this new cycle, 100%. All right, I'm just going to get into some oracle cards. Yours might be a little bit shorter than pile 1, so pile 1 had some stuff we had to work through, and yours is, I mean, you do too, but I think we got everything down. I also think I'm talking faster in this pile than I was in the first pile, which is like, I feel like I normally do. I normally go faster as I go on, I don't know. Anyways, so let's get some messages for pile 2. Shout out messages for pile 2. Downcast pride. That's interesting, but I don't know. It kind of like fell out. Look, I'm done with you. What did I keep saying? What did I keep saying was going to happen if you don't follow this? You're gonna regret it. I'm sorry. You're going to regret it. There's a quote I really love. Oh, you guys should look it up because I don't remember who it's by. There's a whole... Hold on. Let me get it. Let me get the quote. This is my board. All right, so it says, there's freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky, and you ask yourself, what if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? That's exactly what you need to be thinking of. I'm not guaranteeing anything. This is up to you, and apparently there's another person involved, so it's up to you guys. But, like, you create your own destiny, you create your own whatever it is, but you have to believe that if you don't go towards this, especially because other people are telling you not to, other people are judging you for it, your own self-doubts, your own self-worth issues or whatever, you're gonna regret it. You don't want to live with regret. There could be something so beautiful on the other side for you. And once again, don't be stupid about it. Like, I don't think you guys are stupid about it. If anything, I think you overanalyze things in this pile. Don't be stupid about anything. Don't burn bridges unnecessarily, but don't stay stagnant. Like, geez. And I do think this downcast pride didn't really, like, fall out the way this did, the way my cards normally do. It kind of just fell out at the bottom of the deck. But I do get a feeling this is about whoever the heck is, like, around you, or whoever has said stuff to you in the past. Like, these people are kind of arrogant, and honestly, they probably don't even know what they're talking about, if you want to be honest. Like, that's great if they believe and think the way they think, but once again, would you switch lives with them? Would you trade lives with them? And if the answer to that question is yes, and then look again at their critique and their criticism and take whatever it is from it that you truly believe in and think that, you know, perhaps this is valid. And if there's other things that aren't valid, think like, okay, well then where is this coming from? Are they just like arrogant? Did they, if this is like about a business or something and they created a really wonderful business, you know, and that's why you're like, yeah, you know, it was valid criticism and critique. Like, are they just getting a little bit too big for their britches, if you will? Are they getting a little bit too arrogant in their status? Because literally, I'm not, like, I don't wish bad things to happen to anyone, but you just never know what's going to happen in the future, right? There's really no need for people to be like arrogant in kind of looking down on other people, judging other people like this person is. And I feel like this is where a lot of this comes from over here. So yeah, just know that this is the message from your shadow self. If you don't at least follow this passion, you will regret it. And you don't want to live your life with regrets. Alright, you don't want to live a life unfulfilled either. Hold on, your card fell on the ground, so we're going to do that. Look at, I'm done with you guys. I'm literally so done with you. So done with you. It says, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, wait, hold on, I'm not reading right. It says, loosen your grip, okay, give me a minute. You probably have already read this by now, so I'm not even going to read it because I clearly am incapable. But yeah, it says let God in if you believe, you know, in that or not. It's just let source in, let the divine in, you know what I mean? But I do think that you guys have a lot of coping mechanisms, and that's what's causing you to be in this place of stagnancy. It says addiction. I don't really get that vibe from you guys, although it could. Addictions could take many forms. So if your coping mechanism is something like that, this is just saying that perhaps, you know, to look into that and to work through that. But any sort of coping mechanism that you guys have that is keeping you from your true potential and keeping you from your passions is something that really needs to be addressed here. So anyways, that's all I'm seeing for you guys in pile 2. Sorry about all the stuttering. It was pretty bad in this pile. But I hope that message reached you well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. What is up, pile 3? If you guys chose this new month, then this is your reading. So I did say in the beginning, but I know some people just skip the beginning and go straight to the pile, that this is a shadow reading, meaning that the shadow is a lot of times your unconscious. It's also things that you might not want to address. It's also your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. Sometimes it can even relate to traumas. So if that's not something you want to hear, then this is not the reading for you. Also keep in mind, this is a general reading, so obviously take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't try to make something fit for you that isn't for you. It doesn't help you or anyone else. So that being said, let's get into, I don't know why I'm showing you that. Let's get into the cards. So these two cards right here are going to be like what this message is about. So we're going to see what that is. And then these are going to be the cards that are the actual message from your shadow. So we'll see what comes up. And yeah, let's get into the first two cards. Okay, so we have kindness. I just heard kindness for weakness, so maybe people take advantage of you, or maybe because you're kind, people don't take you seriously, or they, I don't know. Let's see. I love this card. I'm just realizing. Secret! Ooh, okay. So usually this card is about a secret that's being revealed for better or for worse, but since this is a shadow reading, I'm assuming this already happened. Alright, let's get into this. First card, we have the Lovers in reverse. Alright, so we have a separation already. Two of Wands. Seven of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Every single pile has gotten the Page of Swords in reverse. So. Alright, so I'm going to read what I just see off of this, and I will get some clarifiers for you guys. I think I'm going to have to get more than the other piles, just because I do have some questions, and that's what these come in. And then on camera, I don't think I told you guys this, actually. I will do these cards, and I also will pull these cards. These ones aren't really for shadow work, usually, but I don't know. I just felt drawn to them. So, yeah, first things first. Alright, this is the thing. For some people, this pile, I think this already happened. For other people, I don't think it happened yet, which is kind of concerning. But there might be something coming out about somebody with the Lovers in reverse that you probably don't want to hear. The Page of Swords in reverse is bad news. I think this would be somebody that you already had a separation with the Lovers in reverse, but you might find something out more about them soon, and I don't think you are looking for this information. I think that, first of all, I think this is delayed information. I think that you should have learned this a while ago, but second of all, I do think that this isn't information that you're really looking for. I think that this is information that you kind of, anything would rather avoid, but you're not going to be able to avoid this. For some reason with you guys, I'm getting that this might be, I don't know why I'm getting this might be a future thing for you guys. I'm not trying to like freak anyone out here. I'm going to have to get some clarifiers. Alright, I normally don't do it this soon, but I am going to have to clarify. So let's get some clarifiers for these cards. Because it's interesting. I feel like that you guys are trying to move forward from this person. I think the separation already has happened, but I feel like there's going to be something that kind of pulls you back into that energy. Like you're trying to move forward with the Two of Wands here. You're planning on your next steps, but he's looking directly at this breakup over here. He's looking directly at this separation right here. And the Lovers in reverse is normally, because we do have the Two of Cups, which is also a connection. And I'm not saying that, you know, the Two of Cups connection isn't important. It definitely is. It just isn't as important with as the Lovers connection, right? The Lovers is a major arcana card, so this means this connection would have been something that was very near and dear to you at one point. So this could have been a relationship that you had for a while. This could have been a marriage even for some people, and now you guys are getting separated. Even if you didn't have the relationship for a while, it could have just been a really like full on, like you never felt like that before with this person. Doesn't even have to be in a love sort of relationship either. This could have been a business partnership that you guys had for a while, or one that you really hoped was going to work out, and maybe you had worked with in the past and now you guys have separated for some reason. And once again, I think there is something going to come out about what they have said or done, or just something you don't really want to hear about this person. I'm just getting the vibe. I'm getting the vibe that you guys are trying to move forward, but they're holding you back. I feel like your shadow side is really giving you the message about this person for some reason, or these people, and I don't know why. This could be you breaking away from a certain community. It could even be friends, although I don't think with the Lovers I really take it as friends usually. It could definitely be like family too. There's just something here. There might have been somebody who made a bad decision. All right, let's just get these. Can we clarify the lovers, please? Sun. I didn't like that. And the 2 of Swords in reverse, which is the truth being revealed. What did I say? 10 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Wands. Alright, can we clarify the Page of Swords? Clarifying the 2 of Swords. I'm gonna have to grab that because it went all over the place. And then we're gonna clarify the 7 of Cups. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so let's see. The Fool, Queen of Wands in reverse, the Hanged Man. Yeah, what did I say? I felt like that you are trying to move on from this person. I really think that this is in the past. This major breakup, this major separation, this major disconnection from whoever this is or whatever this was. There's some sort of separation from something here. Once again, it could be an actual person for some people. For other people, this could be like a business, a company. It could be something greater. But you're going to know with the Lovers because this is something that played an important part of your life. And it would have been like a big separation, right? A big breakup, if you will. A big going separate ways, right? It wouldn't have been something like, oh, you know, I knew her for a week and now we're not talking. Like, no, it's going to be something bigger than that. But I really feel like you guys were going to be in limbo because of this person or this thing, the Hangman. I feel like there's something coming to light, something more that you aren't aware yet. Or maybe that you're just being made aware of as you see this reading. And it's really keeping you in this really uncomfortable place. The Hangman, you feel like you really can't make an action forward. You can't do anything. You just have to sit there and kind of take it. You have to wait for something to come in. My hair was on that. I'm sorry, that was kind of gross. And I do feel like that because of this delayed news, this bad news, this whatever you didn't want to hear, there might even be a lot of kind of pettiness involved with the Queen of Wands in reverse. A lot of kind of vindictiveness. Oh, are they doing something? I feel like you guys are trying to start this new start with the Fool here and they're being vindictive, perhaps. Wait a minute. I just realized what this is. This isn't them being vindictive. This is your shadow saying that this could be you. Oh, you guys want revenge. That's exactly what it is. I get it now. Yours took me a little bit longer than the other ones, but kindness is literally staring at me in my face. The message here from your shadow is saying not to be vindictive to the point of revenge. I come out as the Queen of Wands a lot. I've also come out as the Queen of Wands in reverse. I understand how this is because when she's in reverse, you take all the really beautiful aspects of the Queen of Wands, being courageous, bold, somebody who is a go-getter, somebody who is very passionate, driven, right? Independently thinking, right? And you put all that in reverse, you get somebody who will stop at nothing to ruin your life. I shouldn't laugh about that, but I don't know. And I'm not saying this person, listen, something happened, okay? I'm not saying that your anger is unjustified, but you guys have the capabilities, your shadow is telling you, you guys have the capabilities of taking this so much further than it needs to be. And it's because it's like, you're gonna put my name in your mouth, you're gonna do this to me, who do you think you are? I feel like you guys bring like a bazooka to a knife fight or something. That's the feeling here. It's like, somebody tries to be petty. It's like, I'm hearing my head. It's like, they go low, I go lower. It's like you guys, they'll say one thing and yeah, it might be mean, it might be catty, it might be something that they meant to hurt you. And then you guys just take and pull the whole rug out from underneath them and just like drag them through their own childhood trauma or something. Just like so disproportionately is what I'm getting here. You could be very vindictive and vengeful is what I'm getting. I think you guys want revenge, or your shadow does. And I'm still a little unclear because it is a group reading whether or not you've learned this news yet, but yeah. And I don't mean to laugh when I say all that. I'm laughing because I get it. I've been there, and like it is a pretty dark, I shouldn't say dark. It's giving like it can get dark, I suppose. It's like they metaphorically or whatever, like say they called you fat or something, and like in response to that you like wanna, I don't know, take their whole, burn their whole house down. Not that I'm saying you guys would do that, but do you get what I'm saying? It's like the disproportionateness of that. It's like, this is where your shadow's telling me, I think you need to have a little bit of kindness here. And I know people don't want to hear that. Believe me, when I'm in this state, I'm like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do. But I think your shadow's also telling you that if you do get dragged into this a little bit more than you already are, I think it's just going to make it worse for you. I think you guys are moving on to something better with the Two of Wands here. I mean, we did have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot. We do have positive movement forward here. And Seven of Cups in reverse twice. This is a decision being made, a choice being made, and I do think that this is really going to be beneficial for you, especially with the Eight of Coins in reverse here and the Page of Wands. It's like you're starting free from any sort of bad reputation that you might have had, or any sort of even debts and stuff that you might have owed with this person. You're going to be starting free from that. The Page of Wands is somebody who's curious, who's somebody who's excited, somebody who's moving forward, and it's because this new choice, it's because of some decision that you're making. It's like you're finally being able to get back on your feet and have your be a little bit more practical with your choices here with the Seven of Cups in reverse, and you're finally choosing an option to go with after this separation, whatever this Lovers in reverse was. I really think that you guys thought that this was going to be, I'm hearing like So Much for My Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne. Once again, if this is not a relationship sort of thing, just make it fit as it fits. It could have been like a business partnership or some sort of, just any sort of partnership that you really thought was going to take you to the next level, that you thought was the perfect fit for you, and for whatever reason it wasn't. And I'm really getting that there's going to be more here. Maybe you guys know a secret about this person, and that's why you're like about to be catty here. You're trying to be a little bit vengeful, trying to get revenge on them from what they did to you, and you're trying to gossip and be a little bit you know, calculating here with the Page of Swords in reverse, like talking shit, if you will. I'm really getting that this is your vibe. So if you guys do know a secret about this person, listen, I can't control what you do. You do what you want to do. I like I said, I completely understand this energy. I've been in this energy before. I spent probably about like 7 years of my life acting on this energy, and do I regret all of it? No, I'm not going to say I regret all of it. Do I think it was all right? No, because like they try to go low, and like, you know, I went lower, and was that right to just like do that? I suppose not, but like that's kind of the energy I was at too, so I get that. Like, it's like, you're coming at me? Okay, honey, like let's go. Like like I say, I'm actually telling you guys not to act on this. I'm really not. I know I'm kind of like, I'm just letting you know that I understand where you're coming from. I do, but I do think the message from your shadow is that you need to incorporate a little bit of kindness in here. It doesn't say that this person shouldn't be held accountable. It's not saying that, you know, you should just let everything go, because that's not really a good decision either in some cases, just letting somebody kind of do shitty things and get away with all of it. But I feel like you guys are just going to go a little bit too low for whatever the situation, whatever happened with this person, whatever happened with this partnership. And I think your shadow's just asking you to be a little bit more kind in this position, because like, you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors here. I mean, you might think you know, but you really don't. Nobody really even ever knows what's going on behind closed doors of even like their closest loved ones. You know what I mean? The only person who truly knows that is that person themselves. So you just don't want to do something that you might regret later on, after you find something out about this person. I just have the feeling here that if you guys act out on this, whatever this is, this kind of like vengeful feeling, kind of wanting revenge on this person in this situation, I just think at the end of the day, you're going to regret it. And it might even hurt your reputation a little bit more than if you had just taken it with a little bit more grace. And once again, I'm not defending anything this person did. I'm not saying that they should get away with it at all. I'm just thinking that whatever it is that you guys normally act, however it is that you guys normally deal with this type of situation, because this is your shadow, by the way, so obviously it is a little bit, you know, unbalanced. It is a little bit in the extreme here, and it might even be a trauma response. I know when I kind of reacted the way I did to some things, a lot of it was from trauma. It's like feeling like I was backed into a corner and feeling like I needed to kind of like, you know, destroy, if you will, anybody who's coming at me and backing me into a corner. And like, this sounds really crazy, but like, I don't want to say get rid of them, but you know what I mean? Just make sure they don't test me again. Like, it was like a trauma response, right? And I feel like this is where you guys might be coming from. It might be coming actually from a place of hurt and a place of pain, but you're going to take it and change it into this more of a productive thing for you, where you, instead of feeling the hurt and the pain and whatever is coming with this, you're more just going to take it and choose, anger, aggression, like I said, vengeance of some sort, kind of getting back at this person in some way, shape, or form. But I think the message here is that there really needs to be some kindness here in this specific situation. Like I said, I don't really know what's going on and why they're asking for kindness, but I feel like if you guys take it a step further, it's just going to end badly for both parties. But and you don't really want to bring any more trauma to yourself. You know what I mean? You don't really want to bring any more pain to yourself. You don't want to bring any delays to this, because you are going in a positive direction wherever you're planning on going next, especially after this breakup, after this separation, after disconnecting from this partnership. Wherever you're going next is going to be really positive movement forward. It's going to be really powerful movement forward. You're only in the beginning steps, it looks like. You're only in the planning steps, it looks like. But there is a lot of potential here. There's a lot of positivity here. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of joy here. And if you stay in this kind of vengeful revenge energy, you might even just be hurting yourself more by doing that. So just take that into consideration. That's the message here. If you don't want to hear it, then you do you, but that is the message here, is just have some kindness, have a little bit of compassion. Even if this person didn't show you any, just be like, do I really want to be that person in return? Okay, I can't control what this person did, I really can't, but do I want my reputation to be stained by doing something back at them? Because I feel like at the end of the day, it is coming back down to like what you put out into the world, your reputation. This might even be, depending on what this is, if you do something back to this person, back to this situation, you might even not be able to find work. With Eight of Coins in reverse, you might not be able to find that work that you want, depending on the situation. Like if this was a partnership in business or something, and you decide to do something a little bit petty back towards this partnership, they might block you from getting certain work or financial opportunities here with this Eight of Coins in reverse. I'm just saying, just be very conscious in anything you're going to do. Make sure that you're ready for the consequences of it. That's all. All right, so I do think there's more to the situation than you realize. For some people, that might be, this other person is really going through something themselves. But again, that doesn't, what do you call it? Give them a right or a reason to treat other people poorly. But I think you might realize there is a lot deeper things behind the scenes going on with this person. For other people, there just might be something more coming out to the light that you didn't realize before. And this is just kind of your forewarning and your message from your shadow to be like, don't do what you normally do, because it's just gonna make things worse. All right, so let's get final message from your shadow. Pile 3. Sorry if your reading's a little bit shorter. I try to make them all the same length, but some of them are just like I have to go more in depth with it, and other ones the readings are just like a lot more clear to me. You know what I mean? It's like there's no point in making it any longer if I'm just gonna repeat myself. So yeah. Anyways, what is the final message from Shadow for pile 3? So we have hiding your true self and Queen of my world. So that's interesting. First of all, we have a lot of red here, which goes with the Queen of Wands right here. Hiding your true self. I do think that this is this might be from you guys too, but I do think there's more over here with whatever. This person wasn't being honest with you 100%. I mean, that might be why the breakup happened, the separation happened, but I do think there's more to the story. I really do. And I do think there's more to the story with you guys too. I think that whatever way that you guys normally react to people who do you wrong is a little bit more of an aggressive manner, perhaps, when in reality it's based in like pain and hurt. You know what I mean? I don't think you guys are ones to cry so much as like get even, you know what I mean? And this is just saying that there's more to the story here that you really need to look into. And once again, I'm not saying not to do, it's your life, you do what you want, but I just think that there's a really new beginning coming in for you guys, but you just have to really be careful of your actions. If you're going to take action, just make sure you're ready to pay the consequences. That's all I'm saying, because there might be very well consequences. I mean, for this person, especially if you try to get back and get even with them, but I think it will come back to you too. So just be ready for that if you decide to move forward with this. And the Queen of my world is just a really powerful figure. It's just saying that, I am the queen of what's inside of my world and what I have control of. You know what I mean? You have no power here. Only I have power here, right? So just make sure that you really take that power and that, because you guys do have power. I think you tend to use it for, at least when you're in your shadow state, at least when you're triggered or when, you're hurt or whatever. I think you guys tend to use it and, kind of, I don't say abuse it, but like the Queen of my world, she's a really powerful card in the shadow side. So you just gotta make sure that you're not gonna do anything you regret. Like I said, like I'm not saying, listen, I'd love to sit here and be like, we can all sing Kumbaya and look at sunshine and rainbows, but like we all know that's not the reality of life and of the world. Sometimes you do need do need to be a little bit petty sometimes. You do need to be a little bit sometimes you do need to go lower, okay? Not everybody needs love and light. Some people need to figure out, like, you fuck around and you find out, right? And I'm completely aware of that. But I think with this coming out as you're reading, I think you guys just take it a little bit too far. And I also think the situation, whatever it is, once again, I'm not defending this person or the situation whatsoever. I'm sure that they did something too, but I'm just saying in your reading and on your shadow side, it's just really saying to don't do anything too crazy in response. I shouldn't say crazy, I'm sorry, but anything too dramatic in response. All right, anyways, let's get one last message for you guys. Message from your shadow. That flew all the way over there, so let's grab it. We have, you're not for everyone. Look at that. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. What did I say? There's no point in keeping, if you try to get even or get revenge with this person, like, you have positive things coming in, but if you keep getting back into that energy, you're just going to keep getting stuck into that mess and that negativity and that toxicity, right? And it's just going to be like the same old chasing your tail around, and there's other things coming for you. You guys are super powerful people. There's no need to be chasing people who have already shown their true colors or who have already are already behind you. Why look back when you're already moving forward? There's no need to look back, right? You have a lot of power in you to create something new and beautiful, the Chariot and the Queen of my world. So there's no need to look back at the situation. There's no need to get yourself involved back in the situation, because I think that just moving forward for you guys in this specific situation will be the best thing for you. Face your true north and just realize, like it says in the card, you're not for everyone. Does that make them a bad person? I don't know. Not necessarily. Does that make you a bad person? No, it just means that you guys don't vibe. You just don't match. All right, cut your losses. And then look at this. Finally, we have questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Yeah, this person, you guys just weren't meant for each other. You weren't the perfect match in whatever way, shape, or form. You weren't the perfect romantic match. You weren't the perfect partnership, business partnership. This wasn't the perfect job for you. This wasn't the perfect house situation for you. It just wasn't the perfect situation for you. You guys need to go your separate ways, because there's something better out there for you, and probably for this person and this other party too. You know what I mean? Anything unaligned must go. You guys just don't align together. Once again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person, they're a bad person, nothing like that. It just means you're not meant for them and they're not meant for you. It is what it is. Anyways, that's what I see for you guys in pile 3. I hope you guys like this reading. Let me know down below if you feel comfortable. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye, guys.